Hi guys, welcome to the Buzzing About Town here on Buzzin Pattaya. And today's show, I thought, what better than to talk to you guys. I know we've been speaking a lot about it in various videos that we've done about what it's like to do ASQ. Now, joining me is a very good friend of mine, Mickey. Mickey, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, Trevor. It's good to be here.
Well, I mean, I have to say, it's taken you a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has.
Now, Mickey's very kindly decided to come on camera and tell us about his experience and about how he came across and did the ASQ, etc., etc. But before we get into that, so Mick, how long have you been in Pattaya now? It's been a long time.
I've been in Thailand 12 years.
12 years.
12 years. I've got a family here, wife here, a baby here.
Wow.
She's Macy. She's 11 years old. 11.
Damn.
Go to school up in Hasteen.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I work offshore.
Right. Okay. So you're an offshore worker.
I'm an offshore worker.
And so that means you're away for periods of time, backwards and forwards.
28 on, 28 off.
Right.
Before the COVID.
Okay. All right. Now I have to say, before we get into this, now you guys look behind me, right? I've done some interviews at some pretty random places, Mickey, but we're in the back of what used to be the old Emmy's bar in Soy Kautalo, and we're in the back garden.
We're in the back garden.
Anyway, all right. So now ASQ. You've not just done it once, have you?
I've done it 5 times. I've done it 4 times in Indonesia.
Yeah.
Now, I used to go to work.
Yeah.
Used to do minimum 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Go to the hotel. 4 weeks in the hotel.
Okay.
2 weeks, I cannot leave. The company say cannot leave the compound. Cannot go anywhere.
So let's just get this in right then. So in Malaysia,
Indonesia.
In Indonesia, I beg your pardon. So Indonesia, you finish your shift, your pattern, and then you go into a hotel. And you can't use that. You can't leave that complex.
They say we cannot leave.
Okay, all right. So what's the difference then? So let's talk about ASQ here, because I know you've had an experience, and you're going to listen to some of the things that they were and were not allowed to do. So how does it differ in terms of, like, let's go through stage by stage.
Okay.
So first and foremost, you got to book a ticket.
Well, first off, what happened is in Thailand, as everybody understands it now, they introduced what they called an STV,
right?
A special tourist visa.
Okay.
That you'd apply for. And I was stuck for 3 months because Thailand was completely shut down and you couldn't do it. On special things, elite visas, people with family, married people, teachers, people with work permits could all go.
Okay.
But what they introduced was this STV. No problem. I'll apply.
Yeah.
So I applied.
Okay. How long did that take?
That took about a couple of days by the time to get all the paperwork, download all the things off the internet, do everything else. Unfortunately, nobody in the embassy in Jakarta answered emails or telephones. Okay, no problem. Called, emails. Finally came back with we've changed it.
Right.
To a COE. Okay, unbeknown to me, I've still applied for this STV.
All right, okay.
So I've gone to Surabaya. I've knocked on the embassy door and said, can somebody help me here? Because I've applied for the visa. I want to go home. I've been here 6 months.
Yeah.
I want to go home. Yeah, you just leave me the part and we'll do something for you. Okay, no problem. No answer. Okay. The company then decided to send me to Jakarta, go to the embassy. Okay, no problem, I'll go to the embassy. So they flew me to Jakarta. Goes to the embassy. I never got even past the security gate.
Why was that?
I have no idea. Anyway, so I'm speaking to a security guard. Do it all online. I've already applied for an STV, but we changed it. When did you change it? Oh, 2 months ago. What do you mean 2 months ago?
Okay.
But why didn't you tell me? Why nobody tell me? Oh, well, here's the link. Okay. Lucky enough, I was just as I turned round, there was a young girl there. She said, I telling her the story. Yeah, it's all changed. You have to do it this. And she showed me. That looks pretty easy.
Yeah.
I'll do that. No problem. Gets back to the hotel. I'm on it.
So is this an online application now?
Online application.
Okay, so you've gone through the online, and was that complicated?
It was complicated because Thailand always wanted $100,000 COVID-19 written on the insurance.
Oh, right, yes, yeah.
My company insurance is 2.5 million US dollar.
Oh, wow, okay. So you covered that then?
So I'm covered. However,
Only just.
however, but it doesn't say $100,000 US COVID-19.
Oh, right. So your insurance said 2.5 million US dollars in general.
In general,
but didn't specify
100,000.
So what happened then?
I got refused.
Okay, so
okay then. Now what do I do? So I contacted the insurance company and says, "Can you give me it?" We don't do it. Okay, you don't do it. Now what am I going to do? Well, I go with a friend. How did you get in? I've got this document. Okay, I'll give me it. So I documented it. Refused, because when it was opened up, there was a different name on it.
Yeah, I guess you probably needed to change the name.
So anyway, I needed to change it anyway. I made a little bit of a mistake there anyway. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the meantime, I've got hold of an insurance company again, and they finally admitted to get me $100,000 written on my policy with specific COVID-19 written on it.
Brilliant.
Okay, bang. Then you get it. Then you get approved.
Yeah.
Once you're approved, then you apply for your flight and your ASQ.
So now you're there, that situation where you can go to your flight. I mean, is the flight super expensive compared to normal?
No. It's about
the same.
It's about the same.
All right. And when you got on the airplane, I mean, was there many on there?
What aeroplane was I on? Boeing 300 seater.
Yeah.
And there was 30.
30 of you, wow. And I've got to ask a question, because obviously I've never done this, and I suppose you guys out there that are watching are thinking of doing this. Did you have to wear a spacesuit or something like that?
No, what you have to do, Trevor, is you have to have a PCR test prior to going onto the flight.
Okay,
what's
that?
Negative. PCR is the one up the nose and in the throat.
Oh, okay, not the...
No. That's optional. As you've been out of Thailand not long, maybe people do that. I don't know.
So you've had this test.
So we've had the test. You're proved now. You've got to have it done within the 72 hours of you flying.
Okay.
So I flew from Jakarta via Singapore to Bangkok with this negative test. Once you get on the aeroplane, or you even when you're in the terminal, you just have to wear the mask.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah,
because sometimes I've seen on pictures of people wearing full tie vest and stuff like that.
I could have done.
Oh, okay.
I could
like an astronaut.
I work at an oil rig. I've got so much PPE. I could walk around like a space cadet. Yeah, anything. I could have easily done it.
So you're on the airplane from Jakarta. You're going to Singapore. So when you get to Singapore, I'm assuming then obviously you've got to get off the airplane.
Do a transit.
Okay,
correct.
So the transit process, I mean, are you allowed to wander around the airport?
No, you were supposed to be all go off the aeroplane. You're all frog marched in a long line, and you go off to here, there, and everywhere. And you're supposed to go to a room. However, unfortunately, I went straight to my gate.
You got lost.
I got lost. I ended up in a by the gate.
Yeah.
With a family mart.
Oh, okay.
Selling beer.
Jobs are good.
Jog on. So I sat there for 2.5 hours, quite merrily having a few drinks, thinking, where is everybody else who's supposed to be?
And you're the one broken all the rules.
And I've broken all the rules.
So you've had a few beers and you thought, this isn't too bad, I'm doing all right.
I'm doing okay.
Back onto the airplane,
Back
Singapore.
on the airplane.
Okay, and again, was it just the same 30 people, or was it people joining you?
No, that was the 30 people from Singapore to Bangkok. Okay. The one from Jakarta to Singapore, there was probably a little bit more on there.
Okay.
But what they did was they spread everybody out, so there wasn't like 3 people to an aisle. They were all spread out all over the aeroplane.
Every cloud has a silver lining. If you were doing a long haul, you'd have 3 chairs to yourself.
Yes, that's right.
What a sleep you could have.
That's
that.
it. Yeah,
that'd be brilliant.
And you wouldn't want to do business class, unless you want to get absolutely hammered. But you don't want to be doing that.
So you've arrived at Bangkok now, and you've gone through the PCR test. Was it PCR?
Yeah, I've already had the PCR.
Yeah.
I've got all my paperwork. I've got my PCR. I've got my insurance. I've got my ASQ hotel booking.
Yeah.
I've got this. I've got that.
So you're ready to go?
I'm ready. I've got everything.
Okay, and the hotel, before we go to the hotel, did you have a choice?
Yes, we did. We had a choice. You can pick whatever hotel you want.
Okay.
Some people recommend this hotel. Some people recommend that hotel.
Okay.
I chose a hotel because two or three friends of mine said, stay at this hotel.
Right.
It's very good.
We'll
good
talk
food.
about that in a
Good. And I
He
said,
had
okay.
him there. He had him there.
I had him there.
We'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah, but you have to make your own. You have to make your own entertainment in the room, if you understand what I'm trying to say. So we'll talk about that later.
So you've got into Bangkok. You're in the arrivals lounge now.
Yeah.
And they're going to transit you from Bangkok to Pattaya.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do they do that? What's that like?
The process is they get you all lined up, and you go through this, you go through that, and you get check, and you get big stickers, your ASQ Pattaya or Bangkok or wherever, and you're all sort of basically treated like sheep.
Okay.
But it's very good, very well organised, and you're out within maybe 45 minutes.
45 minutes. See, so already I'm thinking I get 3 seats to myself on the airplane, so I get 4, and I'm out of Bangkok in 45 minutes. It's not too bad.
That's not too bad. It is, to be honest, it's well organised.
So how do they transport you here? What kind of vehicle?
So you've got your little badge with you, and your name on it, and your hotel, and as you pick up your luggage from the conveyor, you go out through the gate, and they're all suddenly there's 200 people, names.
All right, yeah.
Okay, there's my name.
Yeah.
Okay, so walk up to him. He picks my bag. He doesn't even pick my bag up. He's fully master. He's got the
whole shoot.
The whole shooting match. The spaceman, we're going to call him from now on.
He's got the spaceman.
So he's got the spaceman's outfit. I've just got the mask on. Okay, so I'll walk out through to where all the taxi ranks are, and there's a minibus. I'm a smoker.
Right.
I haven't smoked for 2.5 hours. I'm going to have a cigarette sitting there. Yeah. Cannot. Why? You have to go in the minibus. No, I'm having a cigarette.
Yeah.
Lights a cigarette. You cannot. I'm having a cigarette. And he's trying to push me into this minibus. No, I'm having a cigarette. So, finish the cigarette. He's pushed me into the minibus, and you get in the minibus, and it's just you. And it's all plasticized out.
No.
And he's still in your spaceman, and you ferried straight to your hotel.
I mean, it must have been a bit surreal, really.
Oh.
You must have sat there in this minibus that's all been kitted out with a dude that looks like a spaceman, thinking, "What on earth is going on here?"
And you're not allowed to stop on the way. Wow. You have to just keep going.
Okay, so you've got to Pattaya, you've got to your hotel. What's the booking in procedure like? What happens?
Me being a smoker,
I need another cigarette.
I want a cigarette.
Yeah.
Cannot. Why I cannot? There's nobody. It's 10 o'clock at night. There is nobody around. Only the taxi driver and the nurse.
Yeah.
Oh no, you cannot. You can smoke in your room. Okay then. So you check in, your name. They check all your paperwork again. They check your temperature. You check this. They check that, and they basically ferry you up to your room. You walk in the room, door shuts. That's you.
You're in lockdown. And how long are you in the initial lockdown for?
If I remember rightly, it was 6 days, because on the 5th day, on the 5th day, you get a PCR test again.
But you haven't been anywhere.
I've been anywhere.
Okay.
So you've had 2 PCRs within 7 days, and you're both negative. No problem. However, on the 6th day, you're allowed to walk around on the roof of the hotel.
All right, okay. So,
and you get a band. Red band, you've just turned up. Yellow band when you've done your first PCR, and a green band when you've done your third.
So you've had to do 3 of these tests?
3 altogether.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I haven't done this, so it's interesting to understand this. But my logic is, so you've done the PCR test before you got on the airplane. You've done the PCR test again in Singapore.
Yeah, no, in Jakarta.
In Jakarta, sorry.
And then you've done another one in Pattaya.
Right, and then 6 days being the fact you've been absolutely nowhere, we're going to do another one.
Yeah.
And then a few days later, you've got to do another one?
Another one. So you have 3 all in total within a space of 14 days.
Wow, that's crazy.
And it's up the nose and in the throat.
All right, so you've had all these PCR tests. Now, I want to talk about the hotel room, because obviously you've picked your hotel room. I mean, you've got to spend 6 days. Now, I've got to say, when you think about 6 days, it's a breeze, it's no dramas, but it's got to be quite tough.
It is tough. Entertainment. What do you do for 6 days?
Catch up on Emmerdale? I like my Emmerdale.
Yeah, but most hotels have Netflix.
Yeah.
There is so much Netflix you can watch. And there is so much...
Is there like...
can you say that?
What, entertainment?
Entertainment.
So much entertainment you can watch.
Adult entertainment. There is so much you can do. And
can they bring you things? I mean, you allowed
they bring the food out, because when you check in, you have a big menu.
Yeah.
And each day you pick one meal breakfast, dinner, tea.
Okay.
You have to do that. So you have to pick all your meals
in one go
while you check in.
So what happens if in 5 days' time, when that, whatever the food, we're talking about food and something, when that meal arrives, and you think, do you know what, I don't actually want that? Is it tough? Get on with it.
Tough, get on with it.
And what's the food like? What kind of food do you get?
The food is okay. The hotel I stayed in, it was okay. It wasn't superb.
Yeah.
It was okay.
He's not going to name drop, don't worry.
No, I'm going to try not to. If I make a mistake here, we'll have to go back and we'll have to anyway.
We're right. We got this.
So, but always the food came, and there was always a dung 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 on the door, and you open the door up. There's your food. Nobody there.
So I suppose it's a bit like being in the Nick, really, isn't it? They open up the slide your meal in.
You slide it in. Yeah. The best part of the thing I enjoyed was the breakfast.
Okay.
Because being in Indonesia, you're not allowed pork. So every day I try to pork when I was pork chop. I'll have when you're doing it. I'll have pork chop, bacon city. Yeah, I'll have it. I'll have
I bet you're sick of pork now, aren't you? I mean, what was your view like? Did you have a view?
I had a view. Well, I picked a hotel with a pool view.
Right.
Thinking a nice pool, maybe 5-6 stories up, and you can look down on the nice area of the pool, and you've got a little bit of jungle you can see. Unfortunately, I was on the lower level.
Right.
So so all I had was the pool, the hotel, and a roof. That was it.
All right. Okay, so you're in the room.
In the room.
6 days, you're not allowed to go anywhere. Your pool view wasn't really a pool view, but it was the best you could get.
Yeah, the best you get.
You're sick and tired of eating pork now, because you've had pork every day.
Every day, yeah, for 6 days.
And now you're allowed to go up on the roof.
Yes.
How long could you go up there for?
1 hour.
An hour? And what did you do up there?
Walk around in circles.
Honestly, it's brilliant.
There was on the roof, Trevor. On the roof, there was nothing. There was a few tables, a few chairs. And that was it.
And did you go up on your own and everyone took a turn, or were you allowed to mix with each other?
You had to book it. You had to book your time. You had to book your time. So because you had the the yellow band, because you've had your PCR test, you were allowed up with the guys who's had the same colour band as you for 1 hour.
Okay. So was that your first interaction with another human other than getting your food?
Yeah. And fortunately for myself, I actually knew somebody.
Oh, okay, good.
So we used to meet up. Okay, we'll book up 11 o'clock and we'll meet up on the roof, and we used to talk about anything.
So you're in this hotel, you've done your 6 days, you're now onto your yellow band. I mean, are people allowed to come and bring you things? Or,
yes, you can, but there's no hot food.
Okay, why is that then? Surely hot food means it's killed the bacteria because it's been cooked.
Yeah, well, we don't know.
Okay, well, we'll skip that one.
And you're only allowed 8 packets of cigarettes per week.
8 packets per week, and you smoke every 2 hours?
And when in isolation, what else can you do?
Oh, dear.
Sit on the balcony, have a coffee, have a cigarette. I'll have one more cigarette, then I'll go for a walk. No, I'll have one more cigarette and I'll do some exercise. I'll do one more cigarette and I'll watch Netflix.
That's your packet's gone.
Yeah, and then your packet's gone. Then I call up the wife and say, darling, you need to bring out some more. Yeah, but I cannot.
Right. So I guess in the hotel, then obviously you got Wi-Fi and stuff, so you could like do your normal calls to your family.
Yeah.
But I mean, that must have been even harder because at least when you're out on the rig or you're over in Jakarta, wherever you are, you know that you're away from your family.
Yeah.
But now they're like, I'm just downstairs, Dad. You're like, I know, darling. Another 7 days and I'll be out.
I've got a picture on the 11 on the roof of the hotel, which is 11 floors up. And the first time I see my wife in 11 months was from this roof. And she's only that big.
And what was she saying? Don't
jump.
I mean, it sounds horrific. And obviously I understand why you've done it. You want to come home to your family and fair play to you. I mean, I guess the question has to be, if you didn't have family here, would you do this?
No. Absolutely no way. Now, Thailand has got it correct. They've handled the COVID very well.
Yeah.
They really have. Take the UK. It's an island. And look what's happened there.
Yeah.
Thailand's got borders. Look what's happened here.
Yeah.
And look at the figures.
Yeah.
Rightly or wrongly. However, Thailand is suffering.
Yeah, very much so,
yeah.
So, I mean, there is rumours, and I don't know how true these are, and they're sort of getting, what this place is like for rumours, but there is rumours that possibly they're going to reduce the 15 days now down to 6, I've read. Whether that happens or not.
Well, whether it happens or not, I don't know. However, I may have to go to work in the next couple of months. And if I have to do all this over again...
at least I suppose you'll be prepared.
I'll be prepared, and I know what's expected.
So you'll put loads of like crossword puzzles in your suitcase and all these things to amuse yourself.
Yeah, but now I know what I need to help a situation out in the room.
Well, that was what I was going to ask you, is like, looking back now, if I was to say to you, right, listen, Mick, you're going to go and do your work again, you've got to come back, you're going to have to do this ASQ again.
Yeah.
What have you learned from this experience that you would take into the next experience and improve what you have to go through?
Don't upset the nurse. Right? Because I told you this the other day. My room had a wooden door. Unbeknown to me, I was playing music, playing Netflix. It was a little bit loud, but 11 o'clock in the morning or 7 o'clock at night.
I'm laughing because I know the story. I forgot about this. Yeah, go on.
So I get the phone rings. Hello? Turn your music down. Okay, I turn the music down. A couple of hours later, turn your TV down. Who is this girl? She's next door to me, and I've got a wooden door between me separating, so obviously the sound is going through.
Yeah.
On my last day of checking out, my last PCR, to believe it really hurt. That was the worst one I've had. I've had around 15 tests altogether.
You know why it hurt.
And this one was down to the maker's name in the nose and down to the maker's in the mouth. A couple of days later, I went to start checking out, and I packed all my gear. And there was a little red book. Please take note. Oh, wonder what that is. And I'm just checking out. Any problems? Call the nurse.
In the room
who was next door to me. No wonder my PCR hurt.
Just put your head back to her. Have some of that with your TV. And there's your Netflix.
Now, if I'd have read it previously and she was cool to me, I would have been a little bit more...
receptive.
I'd have played it down a little bit.
I mean, obviously that was an issue which I guess you can only laugh about because you had no idea. But I mean, in all seriousness, I mean, having gone through the ASQ now, is there anything that you can say to guys that they should try and think about or be prepared for, or any advice that you can give them based on the fact that, some of these guys that are watching are going to go through this process?
A lot of people say to me, oh, he was quite old, they said, oh, it was okay for me. Or I've had people say, yeah, but it was only 2 weeks out my life, and I was stuck in Bangkok or whatever. They've done my isolation. That's fine. I understand that. People do 2 weeks, but when you've done it 5 times, it is. You don't want to be doing it again, and I don't want to do it again, and I really don't want to do it again. It's not the point of being in the room for 14 days. It's in your mind.
Yeah, I guess you're isolated and bored, and
yeah,
like you say, I guess if you kept turning the TV and think, oh, not this again, I've watched this already, you know, it must be hard.
It is hard.
Well, I got to say,
I've even spoke to jailbirds, guys in jail, and they said, yeah, it is hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
But at least you're lucky. You got Wi-Fi, and you have Netflix. Okay, you can't argue with that case.
Brilliant. Well, listen, Mick, I mean, it's been fantastic talking to you. Thank you so much for sharing. What has been a fun journey for you, albeit his fifth time.
I've forgotten something. I've really forgotten something. I forgot. While I was in the hotel, entertainment.
Oh, yeah, go on then.
Feeding the birds. Really upset the staff. So I used to set my alarm clock for about 5 o'clock in the morning. And my food that I didn't eat during the night, I used to ball them all up, make little bits for the birds.
You really were bored, weren't you?
I was bored, yeah. So the staff used to come in about 7 o'clock. So if I fed the birds at 6:30, all the birds would be round when all the staff come, and they used to go absolutely mental. And I used to be sitting on the balcony having a coffee and watching all the 100 birds and pigeons and all sitting around, and they're all going mad. And I used to keep them up there every day. They never knew it was
CCTV.
But it was good. It was good.
But you have to make that now. But that's why that PCR test was.
The PCR test. It really hurt. It really hurt. But anyway, Trevor, thank you very much.
Right, thanks ever so much.
Thank you. Take care.
All right, guys. So that's it from us. I hope you've enjoyed listening to Mick's story. You know, as you say, if you are going to do ASQL, then ASQ. So if you're going to do ASQ, you know, check out your hotel in a little bit more detail.
Yeah.
Don't play your music loud. Don't feed the birds.
And don't upset the nurse.
And vary your food, because you are going to get set meals all the time. All right, well, that's it, guys. Thanks ever so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and also the bell icon if you'd like to be notified when we bring out a new video. Check out our members area, and don't forget, hit up our Telegram account. All right, that's it from me and Mick. Thanks ever so much for watching. Guys, wherever you are, stay safe.
Yeah, be safe. Thank you.